Dear student, I am starting your lecture third on a power amplifier class A, transistor power amplifier class A. Today I am taking design theory of a transformer couple amplifier. Let's start the topic of design theory for a class A transformer couple power amplifier. First we will draw the load line, DC load line on a output characteristics of a transistors. You know the graph of a common emitter amplifier output characteristics. I am showing the how to start your to draw the load line. See, this is the circuit diagram of a transformer couple common emitter amplifier. If I say primary resistance of the transformer is Rp, then I can write VCC is equal to IC into Rp plus VCE plus IC into Re. You can see from this voltage VCC with respect to ground is equal to this voltage VCC with respect to ground is equal to voltage across primary plus collector emitter voltage plus voltage across emitter resistor. This is a DC we are writing. I am talking about DC load line. I am talking about DC load line for DC load line. So look here, VCC with respect to ground is equal to voltage across primary. Voltage across primary is ICRP. Voltage between collector emitter, that I have written VCE. Voltage across RE, that I have written IERE. Instead of IE, I have written ICRE because emitter current and collector currents are nearly equal. So I can write, instead of I can write IC. There is no effect of the capacitor for DC because this offers infinite resistance. So I am taking the voltage across R. This equation, from this equation, I'll take the 2 point on output characteristics. Look here. VCC is equal to IC into RP plus RE plus VCE. First point, let IC is nearly 0 or you can say nearly 0, then VC is equal to VCC. So that you have to plot on a x-axis. So plot this point on x-axis, that is on VC axis. See, I'll show you. Look again here. VCC is equal to, I have written ICRP plus VC plus ICRE. Actually I have to write IE, but I is nearly equal to IC. So I have taken ICRE. So from this I have written this equation. Now from this equation I have to draw the line, and line require 2 point. So 2 point I am obtaining by this way. If collector current is very less, tends to 0, nearly 0, then VC is equal to VCC. So this point I have to plot on x-axis, that is VC axis. You can see, yes. So that I have plot here. VC is equal to VCC on x-axis, that I have plotted here. I think you can understand. Now second point I am showing you. Second point I am showing you. when so I can write when VC tends to 0 is very less, then I can write IC is what? Maximum is equal to VCC by RP plus RE. Look again. When collector current is very less, this is tends to 0 this product. So VC is equal to VCC, that I have written. Now if this is very less, means tends to 0, then this is maximum, or I can say this product is equal to this into this is equal to what? VCC, that I have written. So let me write, let VC tends to 0, then IC into RP plus RE is equal to VCC. So I can write let IC tends to 0, I can write the IC into RP is equal to what? IC into RP plus RE is equal to VCC. This is RE. So IC maximum is equal to what? This. If I am writing RP tends to 0 and RE is very small, means tends to 0, that is RP plus RE is tends to 0, IC maximum is tends to infinite or very large. This point should be on y-axis, that is on IC axis. See again, first point I have shown here. When IC tends to 0, VC is equal to VCC, that is what I have to plot on x-axis. Now this is tends to 0, then IC will be maximum, that's why I have written IC maximum is equal to VCC upon RP plus RE. If this is very small, if primary resistance of the transformer is very less, tends to 0, and RE is very small, then this current will be maximum. It's, let me say, infinite. Not actually, there is no current will be infinite, that's why I have written very large. So this point should be this point should be on y-axis, or this point should be plotted, you can say it should be plotted on y-axis, that is IC axis, that you can see I have plotted on this y-axis. You can see, I'll show you. See, I have plotted on y-axis, it's very infinite. So one point I have shown on this x-axis, another point is on y-axis, that is infinite current, means very large current. So second point is on infinite, so anywhere here, so that point is nothing but very large. That's why the DC load line is shown vertical. One point is here, one point on x-axis point is here, on y-axis is very large, infinite, on y-axis is very large, infinite. So second point will be on this side very large. So that's why I have drawn the load line is vertical from VCE is equal to VCC. I think you understand. This is a DC load line. But this DC load line is drawn vertically if you are taking RP plus RE tends to 0. This is vertical load line. DC load line is vertical only when RP plus RE tends to 0, because when RP plus RE tends to 0, collector current is infinite, so you cannot, it is very large, so that's why I have shown infinite. Now someone say, sir, if RP plus RE is not taken 0, then this DC load line, then this DC load line should be sloped slightly toward the left on IC axis. If someone say, sir, I am not taking RP plus RE tends to 0, I want to consider RP plus RE. If there is some resistance of RP and RE, then this DC load line is not vertical, but it should be slightly toward the left side on IC axis. It should be drawn in this way. Now, tangency point of this DC load line with the PD max graph, maximum dissipation hyperbola graph, decide the bias condition. It decides the bias condition. In this graph, the AC load line is also shown. AC load line is also shown. This AC load line is also shown. If you want to get the maximum output power, then this load line should be tangent to the PD max graph. It should be, you have to take the value of the component in such a way that the AC load line should come to the tangent to the PD max graph, so you can get the maximum output power. I think you understand. Second time I am telling you. Your equation, you know that your equation is nothing but the, I can again write VCC is equal to collector current into RP plus RE plus VC. When this is 0, 2 point I am taking, this is 0, then VC is equal to VCC, that I have plotted here. When this is 0, then I can write IC is nothing but the VCC upon RP plus RE. From this, when this is 1 point. Second, when VC tends to 0, then I can write IC is this maximum. Now, when RP plus RE tends to 0, then IC tends to infinite, very large, that is very large. This is I have written for DC load line to explain you again. So this I have drawn in a vertical way. If you say, I do not want to take this tends to 0, then this load line should be slightly left. It has some slope. It should be drawn toward the left hand side. Now, AC load line is also shown. The tangency point of the DC load line with the PD max graph also decide the bias condition point. Here, now, the slope of this load line, the slope of this AC load line is 1 upon RL dash. 1 upon RL dash, remember, 1 upon RL dash. Already we have discussed. Slope of the load line is 1 upon RL dash. So it is nothing but the 1 upon RL dash is 1 upon RL dash is current upon voltage. Current upon voltage. Remember now. So you can say this current upon this current upon this, you can say. Okay, slope of this line, this value upon this value. Right? Now, this should be drawn in such a way that this point, this voltage should not be more than the maximum collector emitter voltage of the transistor. AC load line should be drawn in such a way that the maximum voltage V maximum should not be greater than the maximum collector emitter voltage. This can be obtained by this can be obtained by this way. If you keep the VCC is equal to lesser is equal to maximum collective voltage by 2, then this will be this cannot be, this point, this voltage cannot be greater than VC is max. Remember, VC max is given by transistor manufacturer. VC max is given by transistor manufacturer. So you have to take the collector supply voltage according to this equation. Suppose for a given transistor VC max is equal to 25 volt, then VCC you should take always less than 12.5. So you can take 9 volt, you can take 10 volt, you can take VCC 12 volt. So supply voltage should be selected from this equation. VC max is given by the manufacturer for a given transistor. That's why here what I told you, this load line should be drawn in such a way that this maximum voltage should not be more than the VC max, this voltage. So this can be achieved by taking VCC should be less or equal to VC is max by 2. I think you understand. So remember this, VCC should be always less or equal to VC max by 2. We know that PD max, the relation between PD max and AC power delivered is given by 2PL dash. We know PD is nothing but the PD max is nothing but the VCC into ICQ, or we are writing IC. So VCC is equal to VCC into IC is equal to 2PL dash. Now you know 1 upon RL dash is equal to collector current upon VCC. So I can write IC is equal to VCC by RL dash. So I am putting this value VCC, it is VCC by RL dash into PL dash is equal to 2PL dash. So I can write RL dash is equal to VCC square upon 2PL dash. Remember this equation for your designing of a transformer. Look here how we have derived this equation. PD max for a given transistor is nothing but the 2PL dash. We know this. What is PD max? VCC into IC. What is 1 upon RL dash? 1 upon RL dash is nothing but the slope of the AC load line. So it is nothing but IC upon VCC. You can see in your graph already I have shown you. If you want to see, let us do that. This IC upon VCC. Okay. So this also VCC and this is VCC. You can see in a previous lecture you have taken. IC is 1 upon RL is equal to IC into VCC. So I can write IC is equal to VCC upon RLS. So I am putting this value here. So I can get the another relation. Now this is very useful for designing your class A transfer coupled power amplifier. This equation is useful. See now, sir, how to design the transfer coupled power amplifier? I am just telling you for your understanding. Then you will take the one numerical. Now let us see the one numerical that teach you how to design transfer coupled class A power amplifier. Design a transformer coupled class A power amplifier to deliver 50 milliwatt power, AC power, to the 4 ohm load. You are using a NPN transistor, germanium transistor, whose VBE you take 0.27 volt. This is the given. You can take 0.3 volt also. And stability factor take for the circuit S is 10. Take value of R is 47 ohm. Take efficiency of transformer. Efficiency of transformer 70%. I'll explain you what is the efficiency of transformer. 70%. Okay. Now, for a given transistor, VC max is equal to 25 volt. Whatever transistor you are using, for that transistor, VC max is 25 volt. Look here. This is Devgian 4 ohm. This is Devgian 4 ohm. This is your germanium transistors. RE Devgian 47 ohm. Remember, we have to find out the impedance of what the impedance of primary, what the impedance of secondary, what the value of R1, what the value of R2. Okay. Which value you are taking, coupling capacitor or C, and what the value of this voltage. So let us start the how to find this. Here they have given VC max is equal to 25 volt. Remember, the supply voltage always should be selected from this equation. So your VCC should be less or equal to 12.25 upon 2 means 12.5 volt. So I am taking VCC is equal to 9 volt. If you say, sir, I want to take the 10 volt, you can take the 10 volt. So 12 volt you can take. So why I have taken 9 volt? Reason is that 9 volt battery is available in the market. So you can easily take the 9 volt battery and you can connect here. Now, so my first value I have decided 9 volt battery. Now second, efficiency of this is your 70%, means efficiency of this transformer I am telling you, this transformer. It means whatever AC power is developed at the primary, from that power 70% is transferred into secondary. From this power, whatever AC power is developed into primary, from that 70% is transferred into secondary, remaining 30% is wastage. So here they are asking, they have given, you want this PL is 50 milliwatt. You want PL is how much? 50 milliwatt. Okay. So here whatever power you are getting, from that 70% you are getting it, and that will be nothing but how much? 50 milliwatt. So I am writing. Here efficiency of transformer is 70%, means here I am writing here efficiency of transformer is 70%. It means 70% of AC power delivered to primary will transfer to secondary, that is RL. So 70% of PL dash should be equal to what? PL. So I am writing this is PL dash. Remember, here PL how much you require? PL how much you want? 50 milliwatt. So here it should be more than this. So some will be leakage, some will be wastage. So whatever you are getting here, from that 70% is transfer. So here how much requires? See, here you require this much, 50 milliwatt to deliver to 4 ohm load. So this is nothing but the PL. If you do not understand, I can write this is nothing but the PL. Okay. So look here. So I'll find out now. I am finding what is PL dash here. So here I am finding PL dash. So I am writing PL dash is equal to PL upon 70% means 0.7. If you do not understand, 70% is nothing but 0.7 is called. So I am writing this is a 50 upon 0.7. So nearly about this is 70 milliwatt, nearly. So here is how much you can get. Here is nothing but the U. If you get the 70 milliwatt here, at this point, if you are getting 70 milliwatt power, then 70% of 70 milliwatt will be transferred here. So how much you will get? 50. If you get here 70 milliwatt power, then from this power, how much it is transfer? 70%. That is called efficiency of a transformer. So from this 70% is transfer. So you will get PL dash is how much? 70. Now, what is PD? PD max is we know T2 PL dash. See this 2 into 70. How much you can say? 140 milliwatt. See, remember in a Quiescent condition, the power dissipation in a transistor, I am using what? Power dissipation in transistor is how much? 140 milliwatt. This should be always less than PT. See, for a safe operation, remember this word, for a safe operation of a transistor, for safe operation of a for a safe operation of a transistor, PD max should be less than PT. Here PD max is 140 milliwatt and PT is given 165 milliwatt. So our condition is satisfied. So transistor is operated in a safe region. If someone say, sir, PT is only 120 milliwatt, so transistor will burn out. So you cannot use the transistors whose PT is less than PD. Remember, you have to use a transistor whose PT, you have to select a transistor whose PT is maximum average power dissipation capability of a transistor. You have to select transistor, PT of a transistor should be more than the PD. More than the PD. So PD is how much here? 140. So it is for a safe operation of transistor, PD max should be less or equal to PT. So PT is how much? 165. So you can get, you are using a safe operation, means you are using your transistors whose PT is more than PD. So it is transistor operated in a safe region. So once we have calculated VCC, then we have calculated how much here 70 milliwatt you require here. Here PD how much you are getting? It is what? 140 milliwatt. Now let us proceed further now. What is RL dash? VCC square upon 2PL dash. So it is 9 into 9 upon 2. PL dash already we have written. It is 70 milliwatt. So RL dash you are getting 580 ohm. So let us take the round value 600 ohm. This means this primary resistance or impedance of the primary of the transformer is 580 ohm, or I can say 600 ohm. So primary impedance is how much you want? 600 ohm. Exact value 580, but round figure I am taking the 680 ohm. So impedance of the primary of the transformer should be 600 ohm according to this calculation you can see here. Now, what is the impedance of the secondary? Most important. Impedance of the secondary is nothing but to get the maximum power transfer theorem. According to maximum power transfer theorem, the impedance of the secondary should be equal to the load RL. So the impedance of the secondary should be of the order of 4 ohm to get the maximum power transfer from secondary to the load RL. According to maximum power transfer theorem, the impedance of the secondary should be equal to load RL. What is the impedance here? I have written 4 ohm. This is they have given. So it is if you have connected the loudspeaker, this is the impedance of the loudspeaker. So this impedance should be how much? 4 ohm. This impedance should be how much? 600 ohm. So you have to select the transformer whose primary impedance is 600 ohm and secondary impedance is 4 ohm. Means you have to write the transformer should be selected like this, 600 ohm to 4 ohm. Now this is a 600 ohm to 4 ohm. Now, so what should be the power rating? Power rating is of a transformer. Power rating of a transformer, remember this is very important. Power rating of transformer always greater than PD max. So it should be greater or equal to what? 140 millivolt. So power rating of transformer, let us take 150 milliwatt. So I can take 0.15 watt. Now remember, power rating of a transformer should be greater or equal to how much? PD max. I'll explain why it is PD max you have taken. So what is the PD max? 140. So power rating of transformer means what? 0.15 watt. Look here. For selection of this transformer, I have to take such a transformer whose primary impedance is how much? 600 ohm. Secondary impedance is how much? 4 ohm. And the power rating of this should be more than PD max. Here PD max is how much? 140 milliwatt. Okay. If this transistor is short circuiting, so maximum this power will be dissipated across this. If this power capacity is less than this, then this will be burn out. This will burn or this will be destroyed. So this power rating of this transformer should be more than this. Listen again. What the power rating of transistor? PD max, how much power is dissipated here? 150, 140 milliwatt. In a which condition? In a quiescent condition. Quiescent condition means what? When AC signal is not applied, then the DC power dissipated in transistor is only 150 milliwatt. If by whatever transistor you are connecting here, so it's a short circuited, this power will be dissipated here. So this should be bear at least this much power. That's why what I have written, the power rating of a transformer should be more than PD max. So I have taken how much? 150 milliwatt. Suppose someone say, no sir, I want to take the 1 watt. You can take 1 watt. I want to take the 300 milliwatt. You can take the 300 milliwatt, but cost will be increased. So when you are designing any circuit, then cost is also important. So we are taking more than this, means 150 milliwatt. You can take 200, you can take 300. But here, just to keep a control on the cost of the circuit, I am taking a 150 milliwatt, means power rating is 0.15 watt. So I have written here the how you are selecting transformer. For transformer, this is your way of writing. This is for transformer. Transformer. This is for transformer. Now, let us see how much collector current is passing. The collector current passing through transistor can be calculated with the help of this equation, or you can use IC is equal to VCC by RL dash. You can use anything. So this is 2 into 70 milliwatt upon 9. So I can get 15.5 milliampere. Or you can use this equation, nothing wrong. You will get the same 15.5 milliampere. You can use this equation also. Now look here. I have to calculate the value of R1 and R2. I have to calculate the value of R1 and R2. So how much current is passing here? Here current is passing nothing but the, you can say 15.5. So what is your Q point? Your Q point, you can say your Q point is nothing but the at VCC comma ICQ. So your Q point coordinate is this much value. See, sometimes they are asking you find the approximate value of the Q point. So your bias point, or you can say Q point coordinate, Q point coordinates is nothing but the VCC comma ICQ. So it is nothing but the, you can say 9 volt comma 15.5 milliampere. I'll show you, just wait. See your Q point. What I have written? VCC and ICQ. VCE. So that's why I have written VC is nothing but the VCC, and this we have calculated. I think you understand. Okay. or for your more understanding I can write this is your Q point is nothing but the VC comma ICQ. Let me write here VC, then VC is nothing but the VCC comma ICQ. So VC is nothing but the I have written 9, ICQ I have calculated 15.5. This is a coordinate. Now I have to calculate the value of R1, R2. Let us calculate the value of R1, R2. So I have to calculate the value of R1, R2. So you can see here. What is voltage across this? Voltage across this, look here, voltage across this is your VR2. So that voltage is VB plus VRE, this voltage. Voltage across this resistor with respect to ground is equal to, you can see voltage at this point with respect to ground is VBE plus VRE. I think you can clear. When AC signal is not applied at that time, voltage at this point with respect to ground VBE plus voltage across RE. So I am writing, see here, let me write if you get the more clarity here. Voltage across R2 is VB plus, instead of IC what I write? IC, RE what should I instead of IE what I am reading? ICRE. Actually what should I write? IRE, but what I am writing? ICRE. So I am getting here VR2 is equal to VB plus your ICRE. This is a 0.27, it is given. This is a 15.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 multiplied by 47 they have given. So this is nearly about 1 volt. Voltage across your voltage across this nothing but you can say resistor R2 is 1 volt. Now let us see this circuit in this way. This is R1, this is your R2, this is your ground, this is your VCC you have given, you can see in the circuit. This is your VR2. Already know the equation. Voltage across second resistor is supply voltage into resistor R2 upon R1 plus R2. You know this is a voltage divider equation. If you do not know, then tell me. You know this voltage, very simple. Voltage, so many times you study. Voltage across this is nothing but the applied voltage into this resistance upon total resistance that I have written. So I can write this is your 1 volt is equal to 9R2 upon R1 plus R2. Say equation 1. In a SYBSc you study this equation. The RB dash is equal to, you can take SRE. RB dash is nothing but the R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. This is given 10, this is your 47 they have given. So you are having a two equation. Equation 1, 9R2 upon R1 plus R2 is equal to 1. Equation 2, R1R2 upon R1 plus R2 is equal to S into RE. S is stability factor, 470. From this you can solve the value of R1 and R2. From this you can get the value of R1 is 4.7 kilo ohm and R2 is nothing but the 560 ohm. You can calculate yourself. Now look here. Look here. So I got this value is how much? I got this value is 4.7 kilo ohm. I got this value is how much? 560 ohm. This is they have given. This we have designed. We have got this value. This is nothing but the 600 is to 4 ohm and power rating is 0.150, 0.15 watt. Now what is the C? C I am taking the 100 microfarad and this I am taking 10 microfarad just to block the DC, so I can take the low value. So in this way you design complete your transformer couple amplifier. So what we did, look carefully, just I am revising. The efficiency of this transformer is given, how much? 70%. It means 70% of AC power delivered to the primary will be transferred to here. So we have written this equation. This is, we know this equation. VC max is given. So I can write like this. So VCC I have taken 9 volt because in market 9 volt battery is available. So this may be portable. So I get the value of PL dash here. PL they have given 50. I got this value. Now, how much maximum power dissipated in transistors in quiescent condition? According to this equation, how much? 140 milliwatt. So you have to check whether your transistor is operated in safe region or not. So this is checked by this way. PD max should be less or equal to PT. So PT of the transistor is how much they have given? 165. So this is less. So your transistor operating in safe region. What is RLS? Reflected load from secondary into primary is given by this. So RLS should be how much? 580 ohm. You want, if you want to go for exact value, you can go exact. I have taken round off. So primary impedance should be of the order of 600 ohm and secondary should be of the order of, secondary impedance of transformer should be 4 ohm because this load is 4 ohm. So this impedance should be matched with this. If these and these are equal, then maximum power will be transferred. So that's how I have taken. So I have to take the selected transformer whose primary impedance is 600 ohm and secondary impedance is 4 ohm. And what should be the power rating? Its power rating is 0.15 watt. 0.15 means power rating of transformer should be more than PD max. PD max is 140, so it should be more than this. Now, what is your collector current? You can calculate by this equation. You can take the collector. From this you can take the find bias point. Q is VC into ICQ. Or let me precise if I want to write VC into Q. Okay. Say how much VC is equal to VCC. So you can know this. Now what is the voltage across the VR2? Like this. Already we have explained. By putting the value we are getting VR2. From this circuit you get VR2 is VCC into R2 upon R1 plus R2. One equation. This is you studied in what previous semester. So this S is a stability factor. So I am getting the another equation. So from these two equations, by solving this, you can get this value is nearly about 4.7 kilo ohm. This is a 560 ohm value of R1. Value of R2 we have calculated. R is they have given. C we have taken 100 microfarad. I want to go in detail. You can go in detail by selecting the value of lower cut-off frequency. But remember just now, you can take of the order of 100 microfarad. This 10 microfarad. This already we have calculated. So In this way, you can design your transformable power amplifier. If you write all the value, you can write like this: VCC 9 volt for transformer 600 is to 4 ohm and power rating is 0.5 watt. R1 4.7 kilo ohm required. R2 560 ohm. CE 100 microfarad. CC it is 10 microfarad. You can REE already you can 47 ohm. Transistors S is 10. Transistor VC max is your 25 watt. Okay, I think you understand how to design the transformable power amplifier. We'll see the more numerical so you can understand. Thank you.